What's going on, guys? It's your boy Uchi, and we have another unboxing for you guys today. We are going to be reviewing and covering the brand new Hori play stand for the Nintendo Switch. And it is not just a play stand, not like this thing that was also made by Hori and it's officially licensed by Nintendo. It charges and has 4 USB ports at the same time. Gee, what a year. We are finally in 2018 and we can finally do something that's pretty simple, right? And here we go. Okay. So for those that did not know, this is the North American version, originally coming out first only in Japan. Now we have it in North America, so if you're in North America, Canada, or if you speak English, you can definitely get one of these, and I'm sure it'll still work even if you're anywhere outside of the country. Because if you were to only have gotten the Japanese versions, then guess what? It'll still work. So what's so special about this? Well, it definitely tells you on the back of the box right here. You can plug up to 4 USBs. It has different types of angles, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, and 60 degree. You even have a compact and portable mode. So when you go and travel with this bad boy, you can actually put it straight up, just like you're supposed to on the other other play stand. So that way you can pack it up nice and neatly into your bag. And just to kind of like give you an idea, like this is the original one. Now obviously this is not meant to be a comparison to the original one, but I will just kind of show off this just very briefly, that it has some wear and tear to it. As you can see, the lid is actually flipping open a little bit, and then as far as putting it together, wear and tear will just kind of, you know, you see what I'm doing? You have to make sure that it's very steady, and you're only limited to those 3 angles. Or if you just did what I did and make it, this will make it break, I'm sure, after a while. And I'm sure this will be pointless to even try putting your Switch in at that point. This is what you're limited to on the original one, and now we finally made that upgrade. We're moving on up to this one right here. This is the officially brand new multi-port USB play stand that supports multiple USBs. Ideally, what kind of USBs are you think you could do? Well, if you're like me, who's a very big part of the Pokken tournament community, you can actually use this, have it charging, plug in your controller, and then plug in a LAN crossover cable, and you'll have an extra port to use over, so you can just charge your phone. Let's actually open this and test this out. I'm gonna try and plug up as many things as I can. I do not have anyone here with me to test the crossover portion of this, but I guess I can do that in a future video if you guys want to. But I'm basically just gonna cover the basic features of just making sure that all the ports work and that the Switch is charging and I'm playing and having a grand old time. I normally don't like to just kind of rip the boxes like that. I like to keep the boxes, but in this situation, so this is what comes in. Nice brand new product smell. This is the instruction manual, of course, the usual instruction manual that you can expect to find in any kind of officially licensed product like this, going over all the different types of angles and all sorts of freaking languages. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we only really have to pay attention to the first page since we are in English, but like I said, this will work in just about anywhere in the world, and it has a bunch of languages, so that if you are watching this and you don't speak English, then don't worry, they got you covered. There's nothing important here that you wouldn't be able to figure out on your own. I'm just gonna throw this in there and do a little quick. Okay, in here, this is what we actually came here for today. Okay, so I actually like how this feels. It actually has some weight to it in comparison to the original play stand. This feels like nothing. This feels like you're barely holding anything. This actually feels like you're holding something. It has a little caution sticker on the front. You can just peel that off. This actually makes me have an idea. This is actually really a good product to just put a bunch of stickers on, which I have, but I'm not gonna put any on today. Maybe in a future video when I show off the crossover compatibility for the LAN mode, I will definitely feature that. Okay, so right here, so here it is. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys so you can see it. Alright, so here is the whole thing right here. It's pretty sleek. Nice matte black finish. I like how it feels on all ends here. Got the Hori stamp right over on the back side with a bunch of serial numbers and all that. You kind of just push in the button on the side here. Actually, on this side is where I'm pushing it. So you push it, all right, and you're basically going to go all the way around to where you feel like it will fit your liking, and it'll adjust, you know, accordingly. Now, one cool feature that I definitely like, that I saw from the back, is that this actually moves. Okay, so this is actually really good for your Switch, and it's good for this guy here, this metal piece that connects the Switch to this play stand right here, which means that this will last a lot longer being able to move, so that way the chances of it breaking are even less than before. Because I do know that there's a lot of other third-party play stands much like this one, except obviously they're not officially licensed by Nintendo, so of course they're probably not going to work as great. And I have heard many stories about different play stands that do have charging features that don't last as long or don't last at all. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this. So now that I've shown you all the angles and basically how this thing works, I mean, this is like when you hold the button down. So we're gonna try it out just like this. I'm gonna get my Switch. I'm gonna actually prop it over here. It's gonna be very uncanny. We've never done a video like this before, but in order to show off the features of this, I want you guys to see it being played like it's supposed to. So give me 1 second. Okay guys, so I have my Switch right here, I have my controller right here, and then I have my, where did it go? I have my iPhone USB to lightning cable here. So basically what we're gonna test out is how it feels, how it plays, and then I guess to fill out the 4th slot, I'll probably just throw in my Brooks converter on my arcade stick and try it out that way, play some arcade games as well, or other fighting games. Basically I'm gonna turn on Pokken and see how it works, because hey, Hori made these controllers too. You know what would probably be smart? If I had the AC adapter. Okay, cool. So I got the IC adapter right here. All right, so I'm sure for all test purposes, obviously I'm gonna try it with and without, but I'm definitely positive that it'll definitely work without this thing. AC adapter port will go right in the side there. I'm gonna turn on my Switch right here. Voila, here we go. It's turning on right now. First and foremost, I'm gonna, like I said, test out Pokken Tournament DX. Just a little bit of a plug here. If you guys have not tried out Pokken Tournament DX, it's definitely one of the best fighting games and best games overall on the Nintendo Switch. I'm an avid community leader and commentator, and I totally am an advocate for this game. If you have not tried it, please try it out. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to place it into, you gotta be careful where you put it. I'm gonna place it right in. Did it go in? Oh no. Okay, cool. Now, let's see, my console's at 100% before, of course. So I'm just gonna take it out, just so you guys see that, and then I'm going to zoom in on the Switch itself, and then plug it up, just so that you can see that it is definitely gonna stay charged. All right, so here we go. I just want you to see the notice that comes up. Yep, right there. Console at 100%. So it is in fact charging. Okay, so next we're gonna plug up the Hori Pro Pokken Pad. Gotta be careful though, because I am noticing it rocks a little bit too. So it does stay back, but it does have these stopping feet right here. So you'd have to actually, like, you know, push it forward so it actually falls over. But if I don't feel comfortable with that, I could just readjust the angle like this. And now it ain't moving at all. Haha. Very good product, Hori. Very good. Here's my controller, and then I'm going to plug in my phone so I can charge and see how that works at the same time. I'll just do it all off of the same side here. So I'm using all the ports on the side. So the 2 USB ports are actually right above the AC adapter port, and the other 2 are on the other side of the playstand. And here I have my iPhone 8. Here's the charger. And it is in fact charging. I'm gonna try and zoom in as best as I can, but right there you see that it is highlighted in green. The lightning emblem is there, so I'll actually, okay, so then I'll actually unplug it just to show you guys, and then plug it back in, and voila, shows up as charging. Cool, so it works. Okay, here's my controller. You hear the noises. I'm hoping you hear the noises. Doesn't get too loud, obviously. We're gonna load up Pokken. Yeah, so far, I mean, from what I can tell, it works pretty fine. Yeah, and I just noticed that my percentage on my phone battery just went up too, so it's been like about 2 minutes since I've been setting all this up on the training mode. Yeah, it works. I don't feel any kind of delays. Nice. I'll do some stuff where you could see my controller too. Yeah, it works perfectly. Okay, so one more thing I do want to test while leaving this plugged in is actually if a arcade controller works. Okay, so right here I have a Brooks converter. This is like a USB device that actually plugs into your Switch, or in this case the device, and it'll allow me to use an arcade stick that is meant to be for a PlayStation 4 or a PS3. Okay, this is perfect. So you see that green light? You guys see that green light right there? That means that it's plugged up and it's ready to be used. Here's my big old arcade stick. Soccer representing Street Fighter 5 now. See? Gotta represent the waifus. You see it working, right? All right, let's play a fighting game. Now, if you guys want to see what I'm doing on here, just to make sure that I'm not lying, I will lower this even lower. But it's gonna be a little bit harder since actually I could just zoom out a little bit, right? Yeah, I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. This is like your ideal setup if you were to play like in like a hotel room or in an airport or in someone's room, anything like that. And what better game than to test it out with than Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Let's check how my phone battery is doing. Yeah, I mean, so naturally, since it's taking from the power source of the AC adapter and it has all these other things plugged up, I wouldn't expect this to charge like super fast anyway. So when I first plugged it in, it was at 83%. Now it's at 86%. Yep. Alright, very good. That shouldn't really affect you or how you feel about this product right here, because obviously that was just a me thing and not a Hori thing, so sorry about that. Idiot! Okay, so let's do some just simple training stuff. Yep. Yep. It works as you would expect it to. Alright, now one thing I do want to test, one last thing I do want to test. I want to test the ability, how it works without the power plugged in. Ah, so this is interesting. Okay, so... Oh, it still works. False alarm, false alarm, false alarm. It does work. You just have to give it a second. Haha. See that? That's really great. I wonder if this is still charging. Oh, and look at that. It's actually still charging. This is some wizardry tech right here. Alright, just as proof, just to make sure that you guys don't think that I'm misinforming you guys. Those are the ports that are being used right now. This one is for my phone. This one is for the controller that I'm not using right now. And the other side is my Brooks converter with the arcade stick that I'm got right in here in my lap. And there's nothing, the AC adapter is not in, so confirming that you don't actually need to have this guy on the power source for this whole unit to work. Oh, this is actually a really good feature right here. So it actually takes you some force to actually take this out. I'm actually just gently lifting up on it from the two sides and it's still staying plugged in. That's actually a really good feature. It stays snug. So you actually have to take it from the bottom. So at the end of the day, what do I have to say about the Hori Charge playstand? Is that this thing is freaking amazing. This is probably one of the best products that I've ever bought for myself. Test it in full for you guys just to make sure that everything that they say it does, it does. And even more, I was actually very surprised that something like this still was capable of allowing all of my devices to work. And obviously, since I did it in such a way where I just unplugged it, everything takes a second to basically reconnect itself and reestablish itself. Your phone still charges, your controllers still work, and everything that you normally would be doing on a Switch will work just fine. This goes for about 40 bucks on the Hori website, not including shipping and handling. I highly recommend you guys to check this piece out, buy it for yourselves, especially if you are a travel goer just like me, who's constantly going to events and with my Switch. And this is definitely going to be handy on planes, long car rides, providing that the car has enough space in there, and just casual sessions where you might have a lot of people over and you are just trying to play some other games at another station or setup or just empty space. And no, I was not put up by Hori to review this product. I actually did email them letting them know that I was going to. So who knows what that will hold for the future of Uchi Games and Hori, but definitely I was getting this product no matter what happens. Again, is 150,047% better than this guy. This is the original officially licensed playstand that they had made. And again, it is good for what it is. It's basic. It does give you the ability to put your Switch here and gives you access to plug other peripherals there via the USB-C adapters that are not included with that. Honestly, this is gonna be like one of the best things that I bring on all of my travels. So guys, if I missed anything, if you want me to test anything else, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the Discord, especially on my Discord, and also leave a comment in below if I didn't already say that. And if you are supportive of the channel and can offer $1 or $2, definitely consider checking out my Patreon so that way you can support more content just like this in the future. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys next time.